My dear students, very good morning to all of you. In the last previous session, there was already discussed few important NEET and CET multiple choice questions. So, in the chapter number 3, that is a plant kingdom. In that plant kingdom, as we are already discussed, few topics which is related to the competitive oriented questions which were already studied in a previous session. Means I was solved a few questions. Means 1 to 15 questions I was solved. That is a part 1. So next in the same chapter, the plant kingdom, that is a part 2. So now we shall see the one by one. Okay, the questions. This is a question. In class Theophysi, the plant kingdom, the plant body is usually attached to the substratum by a dash. They are asking here, uh, see, what they ask here in the question, simply in the class Theophysi. So usually the class Theophysi, as we all know that, as we are already studied in a theory classes, Theophysian members. The plant body is usually attached to the substratum. Usually attached to the substratum. A is to be what? They have given 4 options. A, hold fast, side, front, type, like that. Has stalk, B is a dash. Next, and then leaf-like photosynthetic organ, C is what? Simply they ask here. Before I would like to solve this question, so we can see about the what do you mean by the Theophysian member? Okay, in the plant kingdom, as we are already studied about the algae. The algae is nothing but a photosynthetic members. Means they are the included under the plant kingdom. These are having capacity to produce their own food usually. So there are different types of algae are there. Uh, so in that algae, so they have 4 different classes are there. So different classes in algae. So that is chlorophysin members, rhodophysin members, pheophysin members. So these are the different classes are there. Among those classes, the pheophysin members. Okay, pheophysin. So what do you mean by the pheophysia? The pheophysia is nothing but a brown algae. It is one of the brown algae. So the best example for brown algae is nothing but the sargassum and also some other uh, laminaria. So these are the best examples for pheophysian members. Okay. So now let us we are going to discuss about the structure of a pheophysian member. For example, if you are going to take the structure, if you are going to see the structure, for example, like this, it will be present. So mating as you all observed in your textbook previously. So it will be like this. So next for that it will be attached to the like this, like this. It is nothing but a rhodophycean member algae, it will be look like this. Usually, the rhodophycean members is also called as phaeophycean members. Means phaeophyce. In that phaeophyce, the plant body is usually attached to the substratum by a hold fast. Okay. So usually the plant body is attached to the substratum. For example, the plant body is attached to the substratum. So this portion we are going to call it as hold fast. Okay. So that is hold fast. Okay. And the next one is a stalk-like structure which is present now. So in between the frond and hold fast, that we are going to call it as an stalk. That stalk we are going to call it as, that is nothing but a stripe here. So this is a stripe. Next to this, a leaf-like structure which we are going to call it as, that is nothing but a frond, a FROND frond, FROND. So like this it will be present. So this is nothing but a frond, we are going to call it as frond. So this complete structure, especially in phaeophycean members, uh, here the A is nothing but a, for example, if they are asked, the body is usually attached to the substratum by A, that is nothing but a, the whole body is, for example, this is a whole body is attached to the any one of the substratum, that we are going to call it as hold fast. So in order to that, this is nothing but a. The A is nothing but a hold fast. So first one number, and then next one is a stalk like structure, we are going to call it as, that is nothing but a stripe, that is nothing but a, the B is a stripe, so this is nothing but a B. So and the next one is frond, a leaf like structure, a leaf like photosynthetic organ, we are going to call it as C. So this is nothing but a C. In order to that, A is a hold fast, next B is a stripe, and C is a frond. So for that reason, this is the correct option for this question. Okay. So I'd like to move on another question. So this is another question. 11th question. Which of the following groups of plant play important role in succession, in plant succession, on bare rocks or soil? So here they are talking about the, usually they gave four different options. And the first one is algae, the bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. So these four options they have given. So here what they ask here, the plants play an important role in plant succession on bare rock soil. Which one among the four? Which one is uh, play an important role during the time of plant succession? They are asking here. So in order to that, we are going to give the solution for this question. Okay. So here, usually in bryophytes, uh, uh, as we are already studied, so here succession, the succession will be consisting two different, three different stages. Primary succession. So one is primary succession, and then one is secondary succession, and then last one is climatic climax. Climatic climax. So usually in the plant succession, we are going to see the different stages, the first stage and the second stage and the third stage. So here it is nothing but a, from bare rock to improving the plants, means growing the plants. Here they are asking during the time of plant succession, on the bare rock. So what will play a very important role means which group will play a very important role among the four groups: algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. So here, usually the bryophytes will play a very important role. How they will play a very important role during the plant succession? The bryophytes includes various mosses. Will include various mosses, liverworts, liverworts, various mosses like liverworts, and that are found in moist, shady areas, hills. Usually they'll be present in the moist, shady areas. So usually they'll be present in moist conditions. And the most stage is a second stage. It is this stage, the most stage is included in the second stage, not in the primary stage. So the slowly changes the rocky substratum into fertile soil. The important members of mosses uh, like tortula and grimmia, grimmia and polytrichum. Polytrichum. These are the best examples. Will grow, especially these are the mosses. Will grow. Uh, these all are included under the bryophytes because of they are the mosses. So usually in the second stage of the plant succession, in that plant succession, they will grow. Especially the bryophytes will play a very important role during the time of plant succession. So in order to that, this is a correct option for this, not algae, not pteridophytes, and not gymnosperms. Okay, so this is all about this. Like to move on to the question. So here, the dash represents the reproductive organ amongst the gymnosperms. Means they are asking about the reproductive organs in gymnosperms. What do you mean with the reproductive organ? So these are the organs which are having capacity to produce the young ones. So that structure they are asking. The reproductive present of the reproductive organs among the gymnosperms. So here we can say in the gymnosperms the reproductive structures are mostly in the form of compact. Okay, they'll in the form of compact. They are in the form of compact cones, cones, except female organ, except the female organ of cycles. So there are two types of sporophylls usually. That is nothing but the sporophylls which are present. Sporophylls which are present usually in the gymnosperm. So they are nothing but usually the segregated to form a distinct cones, cone and also strobili, male and female cones. So usually that is present. So in order to that is nothing but a cones which are present. So usually not protellus, the capsules and the setae. So these are all the wrong options. This is the correct option for this question, which is related to the gymnosperms. So this is the correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. This is a 13th question. So in the bryophytes, again they are asking about the bryophytes. The male and female sex organs called dash and dash respectively. They have given four options. Option A includes the microsporangia or macrosporangia, and the B includes male Strobila and female Strobila, Antheridia and Archegonia, and then D includes uh, Androecium and Gynoecium. So here, for 13 questions in the bryophytes, the sex organs are two types. Male is Antheridium. Male, there are two types are there, especially in the bryophytes. The bryophytes will be consisting of two types. The first one is Antheridium. Antheridium. The second one is the Antheridium is nothing but it is related to the male one. Just you have to remember it is a male sex organ. And the next one is Archegonium or Archegonium. The Archegonium is nothing but it is related to the female reproductive structure, means female reproductive organ. So here they are multicellular jacketed, covered by a jacket called sterile cells. So they will be covered in a jacket that is nothing but a sterile cell. Okay, will be covered with multi-layer cells. So in order to that, here we are going to call it as Antheridium, and another one is Archegonium. Antheridium and Archegonium is the correct option for this question. So here Antheridia and Archegonia is the correct option, not male plural and female plural, it is wrong. So microsporangia and macrosporangia, it is wrong. Androecium and Gynoecium is wrong. So option C is the correct option for this question. Okay. For this 13th question, option C is the correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. 14th question. So laminaria or kelp and fucus or rockweed are the examples of what? They have given four options. The option A includes green algae, option B includes brown algae, option C includes red algae, and option D includes a brown algae. So here, so as we all know that the algae is categorized into different classes. So among those classes, so as we are already studied about the laminaria and fucus, this particular laminaria and then fucus. So these laminaria fucus are the examples of an brown algae, as we are already discussed in the previous question. Brown alga. Brown alga means it is related to the Phaeophycean member. Right. It is nothing but the brown algae will be included under the class Phaeophycean members. So in that brown algae, so laminaria and the fucus is the best examples for this particular one. So now we can say that here the brown algae is a common name of Phaeophycean members found in the primarily marine habitat. Great variation, especially it is not a green algae, it is a brown algae. Of course it is the correct option for this question. It's not a red algae, it is not a golden brown algae. So here the brown algae is the correct option for this because of the laminaria and fucus is the best example for brown algae, you have to remember. Okay, so this is the correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. Okay, so the next question is 15th question. So here the pyrenoids in a green alga, the pyrenoids in the green alga cells are related to. They are asking only pyrenoids. About the pyrenoids, they have given four options. Option A includes the starch formation. Option B includes the protein storage. Option C includes the general metabolism. And option D is consisting of Engen's equation. So pyrenoids. Pyrenoids are the round bodies. Pyrenoids. Pyrenoids are the round bodies. These are the round bodies, means there will be round bodies, they will look like this. So found in the chloroplast, they will found in chloroplast. Of green algae. Green algae. And are the centers of conversion of glucose to starch and also collection of starch. Glucose to starch and collection of starch means, so finally these pyrenoids will be consisting of round bodies called these pyrenoids which are found in chloroplast of green algae. For example, if you are going to take this is a green algal body. So in that green algal cell will be consisting of the chloroplast. So in that chloroplast will be consisting a round body structures we are going to call it as, that is nothing but a pyrenoids. These pyrenoids will play a very important role the formation of glucose to starch and also collection of starch, means the conversion of glucose to starch, for example. So the function is conversion of glucose to starch. So this is a function of pyrenoids. So the pyrenoids is very most important. These all usually we are going to find in the chloroplast of green algae. We have to remember. So that is nothing but not a protein storage, not a glucose general metabolism, not an enzyme secretion. The starch formation is the correct option for this question. So now I would like to move on another question. 16th question. So here, heterosporous pteridophytes, the heterosporous pteridophytes belonging to the class Lycopsida is, here they are asking the heterosporous pteridophytes belonging to the class Lycopsida is, the example they are asking here, in that included in that class. So different examples which are included, that is nothing but they are asking here. So here the Lycopsida will be consisting of the one of the best example, that is nothing but Selaginella is a member of Lycopsida. In Lycopsida, Selaginella is a member of Lycopsida, you have to remember, which produce two kinds of spores, one is macro, another one is micro, the spores. This is known as heterosporous of pteridophytes. For example, the Selaginella which will produce two kinds of spores. The spores are nothing but asexual reproductive structures. You have to remember. So there are two different types of spores will produce. One is macro, another one is micro. So these two spores are produced. So in order to that will be given a special term we are going to call it as, that is nothing but heterosporous. Heterosporous condition. Heterosporous condition is nothing but in the class Lycopsida will be consisting of Selaginella. The Selaginella will produce or reproduce through by means of spores, asexual method, by using asexual method, that is nothing but spores. The spores are nothing but asexual reproductive structures. In that, Selaginella will produce two different types of spores. One is macrospore, another one is microspore. In that macrospore and microspore will produce that condition we are going to call it as heterosporous in condition. That is nothing but a Selaginella, not Stylotum, not Equisetum, not a Teres. So in order to that, Selaginella is the correct option for this question. Okay. I would like to move on another question. Please. Okay. So 17th question. So here, which of the following pteridophytes belonging to the class Pteropsida? So here, what they are asking here, which of the following pteridophytes belonging to the class Pteropsida? So here, the pteridophytes are classified into a 4 classes. These pteridophytes. These pteridophytes will be having 4 different classes, and the first one is 4 different classes: Elopsida, and the next one, second one is Lycopsida, and the third one is Phenopsida, and the last fourth one is to be Pteropsida. Pteropsida. Here, now I would like to write Pteropsida. So P is silent, no? That is nothing but a Pteropsida. So here, usually it will be consisting of Pteris and Adiantum. So usually in the Pteropsida will be consisting, this Pteropsida will be consisting 2 examples, that is nothing but a Adiantum and a Pteris. Pteris and Adiantum is the best example for this particular Pteropsida. And then next one is Phenopsida. So this is nothing but a Equisida. Next one is Lycopsida, is nothing but a Lycopodium, is the best example for this. Lycopodium. Next, the Xylotum. The Xylotum is nothing but a best example for this code. So here they have given in the pteridophytes belonging to the Pteropsida, that is nothing but the last one. So in the Pteropsida will be consisting Pteris and also Adiantum, that is nothing but a Pteris and Adiantum is the correct option for this question. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So for this reason, this is the correct option for this question. Okay. So I think to move on another question. I hope you all understand very well. So this is the 18th question. So the 18th question, which is related to the cycas. The cycas and Adiantum, cycas and Adiantum, cycas and Adiantum are resemble each other in having. So in which phase they are very resemble to each other. So here they are asking where these are very similar. So now let us, we are going to see about the cycas. The cycas is nothing but one of the gymnosperm, as we all know that. The gymno means naked, spermia means seeded. Naked seeded we are going to call it as gymnosperm. The Adiantum is also known as pteridophyte. Adiantum is nothing but one of the pteridophytes. You have to remember. The cycas is related to the gymnosperm. The Adiantum is related to the pteridophytes. So here, usually that resembles to each other, they are having a motile sperms. That is nothing but these two will be having motile sperms. The seeds and cambium are common in gymnosperms, but absent in pteridophytes. So usually the cambium is absent. Cambium is absent. The seeds will present in both seeds and the seeds will be absent. The seeds and cambium, both these two things are absent. Here the cambium and the seeds are present here. The true vessels are absent in both the pteridophytes as well as the gymnosperms. Here they are not mentioned any kind of vessels. Here the true vessels are not mentioned, only vessels are mentioned here. The motile sperms, if you are going to take the both are resembles very closely to each other. For example, that is nothing but a motile sperms, because of the cycas will also produce a motile sperms. Adiantum is also going to produce the motile sperms. So in order to that, both are the resembles very closely. So that is nothing but the motile sperms is the correct option. That is option B is the correct option for this question, not this, not. So this is all about the 18th question. Now I would like to move on another question, that is 19th question. So here in the 19th question, protonema, as we are already studied in the first question, leafy stage and the predominant stage of the life cycle, which includes moss, dicots, liverworts and gymnosperms. So among those, which one will produce a leafy stage and predominant stage, that we shall discuss here. That is here in the predominant of mass, presence of gametophyte consisting of two stages. Predominant, so predominant stage will be consisting, especially in case of mosses. So as we are already studied in the first question, that is a mass. The masses will be consisting of predominant stage. The presence of predominant stage consists of two stages. So they will be consisting of two stages. One is predominant stage, another one is protonema stage. Predominant stage, and then second one is protonema stage. So what do you mean by the predominant stage? What do you mean by the protonema stage? So here, predominant stage, the protonema stage directly develops from spores. So here, especially in protonema stage, so they will produce spores here. They will produce spores. In the leafy stage, that is nothing but a secondary protonema, that is nothing but a lateral buds will produce. Lateral buds. So this is nothing but a predominant stage. The predominant stage is nothing but a predominant stage of protonema. So here, the protonema stage will directly form the spores. Leafy stage develops from the secondary protonema of lateral buds. Predominant stage. The predominant stage of the moss is presence of gametophytes, which consisting of two stages. Predominant stage of the protonema stage consisting of two phases. That is the first stage of the protonema. The second stage we are going to call it as leafy stage. Okay, protonema stage and leafy stage. Protonema stage and then leafy stage. There are two different stages are there. So especially in the predominant stage, Here they are asking a predominant stage. In that predominant stage will be consisting of two stages. One is protonymous stage, another one is leafy stage. Stages. So the first stage is a protonymous stage and the second stage is a leafy stage. The protonymous stage will be directly developed from the spores. They will be developed from the spores. So it will be produced from the spores. It will be produced from the buds. Okay. So this is all about the related to the predominant stage. So in order to that, the option A is the correct option for this question, because of it will all the things will be produced, all the protonema and also leafy stage will happen, especially in case of this mosses. So in order to that, so this is the correct option for this question. 19th, for the 19th question, the option A is the correct option, not dicot, not liverworts, not in case of gymnosperms. For that reason, this is the correct option for this question. I hope you all understood very well. So I would like to move on another question. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.